Do you feel drawn to learn more about witchcraft and the occult, but feel lost on where to start? Then welcome to Get In Loser, We're Doing Witchcraft, a podcast all about what it means to be a witch and where to get started on your journey.
Join us as we navigate through various witchy topics and share what we have learned about the craft. So get in, witches, and let's talk about manifestation.
Season. Have you watched the first one?
I watched the first season. I haven't watched season 2 yet, but Anthony is going TDY on Tuesday, so he's not into it. So
I'm curious to know, whenever you do watch it, let me know what you think, because Mike and I made him watch the first season with me.
Yeah.
And then the second one, I was like, I'll just watch it on my own. And then he wanted to watch it too. I think just to like make fun of it. But so we've been watching it. We're on like the last couple of episodes, and I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously, but like, whenever you watch it, we need to discuss, because I don't know.
I had asked Anthony if he wanted to watch the first season with me, and he was like, that doesn't sound like something I want to watch. And I was like, okay. But he would always walk in on one of those like crazy sex scenes. And he'd be like, are you watching porn? Like, is this porn? And I'm like, it's pretty close.
Basically.
It's very sexual.
Yeah. There's a lot less sex so far in this season.
Okay. Have you started watching Moon Knight yet?
Moon Knight? What is that?
Marvel.
Oh, yes. No, I haven't watched it. I keep seeing it on Disney Plus, but I've not watched it.
It's really good. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to. So what are we talking about today?
Manifestation. So today we're talking about manifestation. And to talk about manifestation, it's important to know like what it is, right? Manifestation is the practice of thinking aspirational thoughts with the purpose of making them real. The idea that thoughts can change a person's life directly, and that what you think literally becomes your reality. It requires you to take concrete action toward the thing that you are working towards or the thing that you want. And I found a quote by Dr. Dagenit Nur. Sorry if I butchered that, because, it's a name. So there wasn't any like pronunciations I could Google on the internet. But they said that spiritual manifesting is when you're flowing and not forcing. It's different from goal setting, because it's like you're co-creating with the universe. And I thought that was like such a good quote on what manifestation is. And then remember that magic is almost synonymous with manifestation.
When I think about manifestation, and especially manifestation in spell work, and like if I'm trying to explain it to someone who isn't familiar with witchcraft or maybe is a bit skeptical about my practice, I like to use the idea of a prayer as an example. So with a prayer, regardless of your religion, you are sending up either a thanks or oftentimes a request for a higher being to help guide you, whether you're going through a hard time or say you're just hoping for some success in your life. You are sending this request up in hopes that whatever deity you believe in would grant you prayer. Manifestation is similar in that you're wanting to make something a reality in your life. However, you are making this happen. You're not sending it off to a deity to take care of. You are taking your energy and creating this into existence.
Right. Manifestation isn't something new either. It's not a new concept. It's something that's been practiced throughout time, but it is also something that requires work. So while your intentions are important, you still have to work for the goal and the outcome to make it a reality. Manifestation popularity has been on a gradual rise since about 2017, but Google searches for the term have skyrocketed 669% since the start of the pandemic. There's a low barrier to practice manifestation. Like, it's not necessarily easy. It is still hard work. You just need your wants, your wishes, your dreams, whatever it is that you desire. And then you have to be able to imagine them into existence, like visualize those things that you're wanting to happen. Some methods of manifestation. There's just the simple like belief that all thoughts eventually become things. You don't have to like practice it. You just think it and then it's going to become something. There's creative visualization, is visualizing what you want your life to be like. It helps you gain a clearer idea of what you want and what you need to do as time goes on to help achieve this goal in your life and make it a reality. The law of attraction is one that probably most people have heard of. It's an ideology formed in the 19th century that follows the belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into a person's life. So it assigns energies to your thoughts, and it asks us to make corrections and adjustments to our internal voice and our external voice. And while I've never really thought of it being the law of attraction as something that like anything that comes up between my husband and I, if he's like, oh my gosh, we should do a trip here, or like maybe we can do a trip in this, I'm just like, put it into the universe, speak it out into existence. So, and that kind of falls under like the beliefs of the law of attraction and how it works. You can bring anything you want into your life through your thoughts and your beliefs. You just have to put out and surround yourself with what you want to attract. Another one of these methods is called bedtime reprogramming. So this is thinking about or journaling and writing about what you want to manifest right before you go to sleep. And the idea is that with it being the last thing that you've thought about before falling asleep, it's going to allow it to play out your desires within your sleep. So whether it's through dreams or, just having it in your mind while you're sleeping, it's believed that this is going to amplify it and help it become
I like
reality.
this.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting. A lot of people do stuff like that before they go to bed, whether it's like, I have a friend that every night before she goes to bed, she goes through her to-do list for the day, sees what she hasn't done, puts it on her new to-do list, and then like thinks about other things that she needs to work on so that when she gets up, she already knows, So it's I feel like it's like along that same line.
Yeah, Mike does that too. Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah. And then, just the fact that we all know how powerful our subconscious is, like doing that right before bed. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Well, and outside of just like that, I know a lot of people that journal that will also do it right before they go to bed. Like they just have to get all of their thoughts out from the day before they can go to sleep so that they can sleep good and then get up and already have like a new slate. So another one is affirmations. These can be short-term or long-term goal-setting affirmations. And affirmations we've already talked about in one of our previous episodes more in depth. So I'm not going to go in depth into that. You can also write a letter to your future self as a projection to reach forward and retrieve guidance from the place that you would like to be at. So like whether it's a new job or living in a specific place, you would write a letter to yourself that is already doing that thing. And through that, you're able to like work out what you need to do to get to that point. I thought that one was pretty cool.
That is really cool. I've never heard of that before. And I really want to do that. That is amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I liked it. And then another form is just to write a letter of your intention, place it under an orange candle because orange candles are for attraction, luck, and general success. And then meditate on that intention while you're watching the candle burn. Once the candle's burned out, step back from that intention and then see how it unfolds. Like as you go about your life and you've meditated on it and you've thought about it and you kind of keep this intention in your mind and like do little things to work towards it, watch how it unfolds moving forward. And then while there's no scientific data that proves that manifestation works, there are copious amounts of information and success stories that come from people who practice manifestation in their daily lives.
And I think it's really important if you're wanting to practice manifestation, especially anything surrounding the law of attraction, to make sure that you're breaking that negative self-talk. It's going to be so hard for you to manifest the life that you want, or even just something like prosperity, luck, or success if you're constantly being overly negative and critical with yourself.
Yeah, because with that, it assigns that energy to that thought. So if it's a negative energy and a negative thought, it's going to have negative output and negative outcomes. Definitely make sure that you're making adjustments to make your thoughts positive on that scope. So how do you practice manifestation? With manifestation, you have to form a very clear and very specific goal and outcome. You have to make sure that all the details are there. Make sure that it's a solid action based in intention. Identify your who, what, when, where, why, and how. for this manifestation, and it needs to be exact. You have to be able to visualize this thing becoming a reality. If it helps you, you can make a mood board. If you're more physical, you can get magazines and cut out images and put them on poster board and then hang somewhere that you're going to see it every day, like your fridge, or, maybe in your bedroom, somewhere that you know that every day you're going to look at it and see it and think about it and keep it in your mind. And you can also use Pinterest for this too, if you want it more electronic.
And along with the same vein of being clear and exact, understand that the universe isn't going to distinguish what you want to attract from what you don't want to attract. So it's going to focus instead on where you're putting your energy and then amplify that. So if you're wanting to manifest new opportunities for your career, you have to work at it. You can't just wish for a new job opportunity and hope that something lands in your lap. You still have to put in the work of looking for jobs, applying for those positions, getting to know people through LinkedIn or wherever to kind of make that reality happen. The same thing works for if you're wanting to attract a healthier lifestyle. If you're spending all of your time on your couch, snacking and watching TV, you aren't going to attract that lifestyle. And the universe is going to see that you're putting your energy into being a couch potato and manifest that. And while there's nothing wrong with that, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if that's not something that you visualize and you want for yourself, then you have to take some steps to get what you want.
Yeah. So just putting it out there isn't going to bring it to you. You have to do the work. Once your manifestation or intention is clear, your goal is clear, you have to implement those actions. So just like she said, you have to do the work to get it to happen. What kind of actions can you take to accomplish this goal? If you're wanting a new job, you have to apply to it. Maybe you don't live in the same area. Maybe you need to move there so you can kind of work towards getting to that point. Make sure you set a clear course for your day and work towards your manifestation goal. Just make sure that you're following through and then be thankful for what you're getting out of it. Show up, be prepared, and see your action out, and then put back out into the universe that you're thankful for this action becoming a reality. Something else you need to do is talk about it. Tell people what you want and what you're going to do. Speak it out loud. This just goes back to there's a power to words, like letting go of all your self-doubt, saying these things out loud is helping make this thing a reality.
Yeah. And we had mentioned this kind of in a previous episode where we kind of discussed Kanye West and how, is he problematic? Yes. But did he manifest a whole bunch of shit in his life? Yes. Yep. And he did that because he was just like, he already believed and was speaking about the fact that he was the best rapper out there. And he had this and he had that already, even when he didn't have those things. And this is a great example of what you should do. Don't use I will or I am going to language whenever you're trying to speak it into existence. Use I am and actually believe that you've already attained it and speak about it as if you've already achieved the goal you were trying to manifest. Don't say like, oh yeah, by next year, I will be making 6 figures. No, I'm already making 6 figures. Like make it as real and attainable as it can be right now. Like don't talk about it in future tense. Act like it's already there and believe it.
Well, and in doing so too, you're keeping your intention or your goal in your mind. So it keeps you thinking about how to make it happen, and it enables you to turn your dream into a reality. Like talking to people about it, speaking it out loud, speaking it as if it is, your current reality, is keeping it there, keeping it in your thoughts and making it so that you're still working towards it.
And along with the vision board example that you gave earlier, you can also, if you have a small manifestation, put it on a sticky note and place it in your bathroom mirror or on your vanity mirror or somewhere, wherever you look, and you're going to see it.
And then with it too, like you have to get ready for that manifestation or goal, whatever it is that you're trying to make happen in your life. Like if you're manifesting an item, make space for it. If you're trying to be like, I will have a grand piano or I have a grand piano, but you live in a 800 square foot apartment, like where the hell is that grand piano going to go? The universe isn't going to bring you something that you can't use. And then, like I said, with work, like if it's to work at a certain place, but you live halfway across the country, maybe you should first start with baby steps, move to that city, move to that state, move within a travel distance to that place and prepare to obtain a job there. Do things that are going to prepare you for your manifestation to come to fruition. And then clear your mind. I keep saying this, but clear your mind of any doubt. Negative thoughts are going to bring negative experiences. Don't get hung up on the time that it takes to happen, like hung up on like, it's not happening right now. Clear your thoughts that are preventing you from bringing that manifestation into a reality. You also need to open up your mind to the signs around you that are letting you know your next steps and the signs that your manifestation is coming. Be grateful and receive your manifestation when it does come. So some tips to amplify your manifestations: utilize Pinterest, like we said earlier, to create visualization boards, or use magazines and poster boards if you're more like a tactile person. And you can create separate boards for each thing that you're trying to manifest in your life. Meditate. Meditation helps you stay connected to the source energy and listen when you need to hear what your next steps are. And it can inspire action ideas that come to you through meditation. Another quote by Dr. Dagonet Nur is, "The key to manifesting is surrender. It works best when you're completely unattached to the outcome. I want this, but I'm fine if I don't get it." Most people that want something start to obsess over it and kind of give their power away to it, which is inevitably pushing the thing further away from them. So, just remember, like, think of it, build that intention, be very specific, visualize it, but don't obsess over it, because it's going to either like turn your thoughts negative or it's going to push that thing farther away from you. Something else that you can do is working with the moon cycle. Following the moon cycles can get you in a good rhythm of manifesting. So the new moon represents initiation, new beginnings, and emotional growth. This is ideal for spells for manifesting things like travel or a new income, career, relationships, and even new adventures or change. The waxing moon, which is also known as the bright moon or a waxing to full, this is the perfect phase for manifesting marriage, fertility, luck, and success. And it's a potent time to create charms for attraction. The full moon is a phase that's useful for purification, spells for renewal, for divination, psychic enhancement, spirit work, justice, female empowerment, ancestral veneration, and wish fulfillment. The waning moon is the time of ending. It presents the opportunity to perform spells, to heal, to release old habits, to banish enemies or toxic relationships, and ward off sickness and death. And then the dark moon, these occur just before a new moon, and they're a good time for spirit work, divination, justice spells, reversing fortune, breaking spells, countering magic, and binding.
And as we are recording this, we just experienced a very powerful new moon in Aries. So if you haven't already, check out our Instagram, because I shared a new moon ritual that I did, and I set manifestations surrounding my goals, what I wanted to achieve, and I harnessed the Aries energy of that new moon to set my intention and manifestation. But after I did that ritual, I didn't stop. I work daily to bring that manifestation into reality. So just make sure, like, if you are wanting to work with the moon cycles, that's wonderful. You totally should. But don't just think like, okay, I'm going to do this one new moon ritual or whatever moon cycle you're working with, and then I'm just going to forget about it. You got to work on it.
That goes with any ritual too, whether it's altar building, candle magic, if you're using different colored flowers, herbs, and botanicals to amplify your intention. These are things that you have to work on daily. You can't just be like, cool, I did it and I'm done. It's not how it
exactly.
works.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of crystals, there's a lot of crystals out there that can act as amplifiers to manifest your intentions. A few that I just have written down here, the most popular one is clear quartz. This helps to manifest any sort of goal or desire because it amplifies your own intentions. And it's pretty universal. So you can visualize what you want to attract to you and basically use a clear quartz for anything. Amethyst is also a great one because it connects with your intuition and your sense of personal divinity. It resonates with the crown and third eye chakras, and you can use it in divination as well. So while it can be used for manifesting desires, you can meditate with amethyst, connect with your inner self, figure out what is the best pathway to move forward, and then go from there and manifest some amazing shit in your life. Rose quartz can be used in a bunch of different ways. You can place it by your bed. You can place it by your desk while you're working. This is a very calming energy. And so you can use rose quartz in anything that symbolizes love and It can help you either give or receive love into your life. And it's a self-love crystal. So it can help you to love yourself, and you can use it in your goals if you're wanting to manifest self-love. It also helps if you're going through a difficult time. This is a very soothing, calming crystal. If you're wanting to work with the waning moon of releasing old habits or trying to heal, then rose quartz can be a great crystal to use to help magnify that energy from the moon. Orange calcite is another crystal like quartz that helps to enhance or amplify what you want to attract or manifest in your life. And it can help with blockages in your path that are getting in your way of achieving your goals. And then the last one, it's not really a crystal, it's more of just, I guess, a rock, but desert rose helps give you confidence, and it can help you commit to a project with confidence. So if you're wanting to start something new and you have been struggling with any negative self-talk or self-doubt, and you're wanting to banish that, work with desert rose. It can help you commit to a project with confidence and really get you out of that negative framework in your mind that's trying to hold you back. This kind of ties back into the law of attraction, but a manifestation that I was reading about, and I actually heard about it recently from somebody who's been incorporating it in their daily practice, is the 369 manifestation. And I've seen a lot of people use this in witchcraft and using it with moon cycles, which is awesome. But essentially what you do with the 369 manifestation is you write out a sentence incorporating exactly what you want to manifest. Obviously, like we'd mentioned before, be specific. And once you have exactly what you're trying to manifest, write it down 2 more times and complete this usually in the morning. So that's your 3. At the midpoint of your day, write down that same sentence 6 more times. But you need to do this when you're feeling good. So if you're upset or anxious, or you're just in a bad mood or hungry or whatever, wait until your mood improves before you do this. Then you're going to repeat this again at night before you go to bed. Instead of doing it 6 times, you're going to write it down 9 times. And when you're doing this manifestation technique, it's important to visualize what you want. Every time you're writing it down, visualize yourself already having what you're manifesting, already living into that life, and see how it works for you. And incorporate a clear quartz while you're doing it.
Or like you were saying, like the times of day. If you look up your correspondence, there's different days of the week that are best for doing things. There's different times of the day that are good for doing things. There's a plethora of information out there when it comes to correspondences, whether it's candles or herbs or flowers or whatever. So just do some research before you start and make sure you're using things that are going to help amplify it and bring this manifestation into a reality. So along the same line, there's a number of number tie-ins for manifestation. And I feel like I put this one down first because I feel like everybody has at least heard this or heard someone say it before. But like when it's 11:11 on the clock, you hear someone say it's 11:11, make a wish. It's a common belief that if you see 11:11, that you make a wish because it's believed that manifestations made at this time will be successful. So that was one that I wanted to like note right at the beginning, because I feel like even if you've never like heard of any of this, you might have heard somebody say it's 11:11, make a wish, or they just point out it's 11:11. Like maybe they don't say make a wish. And then the time between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. was believed to be the original witching hour during medieval times through the 19th century. And it was believed that this time of the morning would enhance psychic awareness during that hour. The number 4 is believed to be a powerful number to assist in manifesting completeness and stability. 4 was considered a sacred number in ancient Egypt, and it correlates to the 4 elements of nature as well as the 4 cardinal points and directions. Incorporating the number 10 when working manifestations that require something to be completed or to be finished, like a project, is believed to help amplify that manifestation. So again, just note your correspondences. What do they relate to? What do they help with? What do they amplify? Whether it's the moon phases, the days of the week, times of day, just specific numbers or candle colors, herbs. Like there are a number of correspondences for witchcraft and your practice. So just note your correspondences. Things like herbs. You can use mugwort for spirit attractions. You can use vervain. These are good for an energy boost and to enhance your spell work and manifestation abilities. Highjohn is one that came up a lot in my research. I've actually hadn't heard about High John until I started researching manifestation, but it's called High John the Conqueror, and it's a root that you should have for manifestation. It's used in spells involving luck, personal power, prosperity, success, and even protection. This is something that I personally want to do more research on before just going out and buying High John. I did look and see that like our local herb shop does actually carry it, but I want to make sure that it's not something that's part of a closed practice, because I did see an article that did tie it to like voodoo. So,
oh, okay.
But I just wanted to throw it out there because it was something that came up multiple times. White candles are kind of that candle color that you can use for anything. And then you can create an attraction oil for yourself or for your candles. But again, do your research, make it personal to you, and don't just like pull something off the internet without knowing what you're working with, because all herbs have both medicinal and magical properties to them. So you don't want to be using something that's going to counteract what you're trying to do or something that's going to make you sick. And then your seasons, just like, you know, the phases of the moon, seasons are also specific to what you should be working with. So in the winter, it's good for manifesting different aspects of healing, maybe mental health and clarity. And it's also a good time to freeze out toxic people that are hindering you from achieving your goals. Spring is good for manifesting new beginnings. It's also good for fertility promotion, love, passion, abundance, and financial growth. Fall is the time to tie up loose ends and meditate on everything that you want to keep in your life and get rid of toxic things that aren't helping you or they're maybe hindering you. And then summer is a time of warmth and joy, and you should use this time to manifest healing, abundance, and love into your life. So ask the universe to take action and then trust the process. Think it, say it, create it. Putting that like out loud into the universe gives that power. Like there's a power in words. We say this like every other episode, I would say. We mentioned that there's a power to speaking something into existence. And then most importantly, do what feels right for you. The way that one person does anything might not be how you should be doing that thing. Maybe you don't connect with that process. There are non-magical methods of manifestation out there as well. The mundane is unavoidable and it's also necessary. Manifestation is more than just a mystic practice that has roots within reality and the way that we live our everyday lives. So some things to think about in this realm would be gardening. This is a literal productive manifestation. A gardener combines knowledge and ritual practice of time, seeding, caretaking to manifest fruitful plants. It requires intent and care, just like a garden, to manifest something. And some other examples could be, we talked about vision boards, but a lot of people use these without, being a practicing witch or part of the witchy community. A lot of people use vision boards to kind of set their goals and work towards them. Journaling, envisioning, embodying, using a focus wheel, literally just spelling out your intentions on paper and all the ways to let the universe know what you want to manifest helps bring you closer to your desires. And then nourish your manifestations with your intentions, positive self-talk, keep the negative out of it because that's going to hinder you. And then we wanted to end on this quote. It's by Michelle Stans. And she said, "You must remember the universe is not Santa Claus. It's not that you make a list and poof, things appear in your stocking. We call it co-creation for a reason. We're working together with the universe. You need to do your part." So again, you have to not only just put it down on a piece of paper, but you have to work for it.
That's it for this episode of Get In Loser, We're Doing Witchcraft. You can find our source material for this episode linked in the show notes. If you loved this episode, we would be forever thankful if you leave us a 5-star review on wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you really love the show and want more Get In Loser content, check out our Supercast link provided in the show notes or search the Supercast website for Get In Loser, We're Doing Witchcraft. There you can purchase a membership to our podcast and obtain exclusives like getting episodes early, shout-outs on the show, access to our Ask Me Anything forum, our monthly newsletter, a promo code for merchandise, and more.
You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Get In Witches, or email us at we'redoingwitchcraft@gmail.com. Check us out next week where we will dive into magical baths and showers. Until then, blessed be witches.